A group of researchers register a 50-foot megalodon on their radar at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. The scientists from the Atlantic Shark Institute of Rhode Island thought they had something when they saw this image come across their radar. They estimated that if an actual megalodon, it would be 50 feet long and weigh over 40 tons. It's believed by professionals that this shark was the largest to ever roam the seas, and it went extinct 23 to 3.6 million years ago. But is it possible that they're still alive, still breeding and have a population in our oceans today? On average, these massive creatures grew anywhere from 15 to 18 meters, possibly bigger. It had a jaw that measured up to 3.4 meters in width, big enough to swallow a full-grown adult whole. Once the anomaly appeared on their radar, one of the team members yelled, "It's a Meg!" and the rest of the team ran over to the screen. Their hearts were beating fast as they watched, hoping that they had just discovered the Megalodon is in fact still alive. But if we remember correctly, this isn't the first time a research team thought maybe they had a Megalodon in their midst. In 2003, a team of researchers tagged a 9-foot female great white shark off the coast of Australia. But oddly enough, just 2 months later, the tag washed ashore, 2.5 miles from where they originally tagged her. Somewhat baffled by the occurrence, the group of researchers took the tracker down to the research facility and extracted the data off of it. And what they found absolutely blew their mind. The first couple months, the shark consistently stayed around the same depth of around 500 to 800 feet. That was until one day she was swimming in her normal waters when she plunged to over 2,000 feet in depth. This, coupled with the rapid temperature change, caused the research team to draw only one conclusion: that this 9-foot great white shark had to have been eaten by a much, much larger predator. After the rapid descent, the data showed that the creature would rise nearly to the surface, but then descend again. It did this a few times as it was continuing through its digestive tract, but eventually it washed ashore. Though it's still conclusive, it took them 10 years to finally come out with a statement stating that it had to have been a great white shark that ate the 9-foot great white shark. In some of the early articles I found, they had originally concluded that it would take a much larger shark to swallow a 9-foot great white shark whole. Next, even more evidence that could possibly prove that a megalodon still exists to this day. Just 4 years ago, a team was doing research in the infamous kill zone off the coast of Australia when they snapped this photo. In this picture, the tail of a 65-foot pygmy blue whale. And as you can see, it's had a massive chunk of flesh bitten out of the top of its back. The researchers were stunned as they noticed the width of the massive bite mark. It was clear to them that whatever bit the tail of the 65-foot blue whale was no normal shark. It's apparent to them that the bite wound had been a long time ago because it was healed so well. And as they got closer and were able to snap more clear pictures, they could tell it had to have been a shark based on the scars left behind. Obviously not able to get close enough to actually physically measure the bite mark, they had to use the digitally enhanced photos that they took to estimate the width of the bite. And what's more, based on the shape of the bite mark, they believed that it wasn't even at its max bite width. The creature only was able to use the front third of its mouth to execute the bite. So after working tirelessly to get a measurement, this is what they came up with. The massive shark that left this wound, his mouth had to have been over 5 feet in width. And after getting this measurement, they were able to calculate the full width of the shark. Their findings, the shark easily had to be over 40 feet in length to leave such a wound. And not only 40 feet in length, but weighing in close to 80,000 pounds. Now this isn't absolute, it hasn't been concluded and verified that this is what took place, but they have found a wound left by a massive creature nonetheless. Now getting back to the original post that's causing all the rave, the Atlantic Shark Institute posted this on Instagram 5 days ago. Apparently they thought it'd be funny to actually post that they had found a Meg, and then later on in the description, they state that it was actually just a group of mackerel that hung around for 15 minutes then swam off. I mean, to me, it seems unprofessional for a research team to start such rhetoric and claim it as a joke. Nevertheless, they stated that they were brought back to reality when it broke up into a group of mackerel. So, you know me, I couldn't help myself. As I was reading their comments, I had to ask them, where's the screen recording of this supposed breakup? Now, I'm not saying that it was a megalodon, but I'd like to see more evidence stating the latter, that it wasn't.